in Trinidad, there is a stake, and so they have multiple wards. They have been, the church has been there for about 30 years or so. It's progressed pretty well. I would say they have one branch on Tobago, and that is part of the mission. It's not actually part of the Trinidad Port of Spain stake. As far as the church in the ABC Islands, in Aruba, the church has been there the longest out of the 3 ABC Islands. Aruba has had it for about 29 years, And missionaries first entered from the mission from the Venezuela. I don't remember if it was Caracas or Paramaribo. But part of that was that when they got there, obviously the church wasn't started up at all, but there was one member who was baptized in Venezuela that lived there that kind of helped start it. When you go to the mission, most first members of the church are still alive and live there. So I met the first woman baptized in Aruba. She's still an active member. She's in her 80s. And she has a very cool conversion story as well. You should visit her if you're ever there. The church then, shortly after it was started in Aruba, it went to Curacao and Bonaire, and it's been a little less, so probably about 25 years each, maybe between 20 and 25 years. The ABC Islands is a district, and so and their nearest temple is in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. That's same with Trinidad. And so in Aruba, they have 2 branches. They have a branch on the northern part of the island, and that's the Papiamento congregation. And then on the southern part, they have a congregation, and it's an English congregation on the southern part. Curacao, there is also a branch. There, the first member baptized is still going strong. She's a ward missionary. It's great. She picks up tons of people for church. So, and then in Bonaire, the third person baptized is still there, actually still lives there. The first 2 have moved away. And they do have it's a smaller branch there, but it does have a lot of potential in their growth. A lot of the ABC Islands, the church has been growing a lot more within the past 2 years since it joined together to form the Trinidad Port of Spain mission. The most success that I probably ever saw in my mission was probably if you just work closely with the members. You become considered part of the congregation. Obviously, we'd find success in our own efforts, but these people, these islands, most of the time, Trinidad, there's a lot of people that stay there and live there, but specifically in the ABC Islands, there's not a lot of education as far as college, so most of them go off to the Netherlands to study. And so the people there that are in your congregations, they've been there from the beginning, and they've been working pretty hard. And a lot of the time, you might come into a branch, and you're wondering, well, if this church has been here for this long, why is this not a stake? Why is it not this way? Many of the youth go off and study other places. People move. There's not really much that keeps them there. And so the members that are there, they've been working hard, and they definitely know how to work with their people better than we do. And so that's one of the most success I've ever seen, was just getting to know the members better, just really getting to know them as people, and just understanding their culture, because each island is so different. And it's very hard going back and forth a lot. But if you really get to know the locals, and they're each different culture, specifically those special children of God, you will find success. It was also kind of hard just for, I wasn't mission president during that time, but you have missionaries in the mainland, and then you have these 3 little islands that's way far off. So it's kind of hard really to focus on them. So ever since they've been able to get the focus they needed, my mission president, he almost tripled the amount of missionaries in the ABC Islands. And so when I first got in there was 1 companionship per each branch. And there was 1 senior couple in Bonaire. And so now there is 4 companionships on Aruba with a senior couple. There are 3 companionships on Curacao with a senior couple, and there are 2 companionships on Bonaire with a senior couple. So it's grown a lot, and so it's definitely growing a lot. In Trinidad, they've actually started calling local Trinidadians there because they've had a hard time getting work permits for missionaries to come there. And so a lot of, if you do go to Trinidad and you do have your work permit, you'd probably actually serve with a local Trinidadian, so it's kind of cool. Most extreme weather was, I think it was called Hurricane Matthew. When it was starting to become a hurricane, it was a tropical storm, and then it became like a hurricane on the first stages when it was coming towards us. That was probably the most extreme. They told us like not to go outside. It didn't really hit us too hard. We were pretty okay. But there's just like a lot of rain, a lot of wind. It was kind of eerie because normally the wind blows in one direction all the time, and then all of a sudden it changed directions. It was just kind of scary. But it wasn't like, there was like a lot of like trees that fell down. There's not that many to begin with, so that was a problem. But that's probably the most extreme. You really don't have to worry about that hurricanes in our mission that much. That was like a really big exception.